Oh my goodness me. What do? Comfy, comfy, comfy. Yes, comfy. Right. Haven't got the slightest idea where we're up to. I think we're on our last questions and answers session, aren't we? From the James and the Perfect Peach. Remember, James and the Perfect Peach, the pivot, the central point, the central star attraction of this year's Reading Fringe Festival 2020. But all good things have to come to an end. The series came to an end. We've done 4 questions and answers so far, where we've answered precious few questions, and I think we're going to answer precious few today, but we're going to get through 1 at least, maybe 2, shall we? We've got product endorsements to do. We've got to talk about what's happening next and what else is happening on my YouTube channels. Now then, regards these questions and answers, remember, I'm sure you do, and I'd be very surprised if any of you, slightly disappointed too, if you haven't been on YouTube and looked up Alice Glass and her Peach Perfect. She reviews articles of clothing, great excitement, and she has also done a questions and answers session. And as you know, because I am the subject of continual sabotage attempts from the terrible trio, you'll have to refer to previous episodes to find out who I mean by the terrible trio. But they know who they are, and I'm sure most of you do as well. I've had to lift the questions from her questions and answers session and just copy them and use them as if those questions are being asked of me. The question we're going to answer today is a question she took quite a lot of time to answer. She answered it straight away, but she rambled on about it, and that was, how old are you? So we'll get back to that in a second. We're going to do a little bit of product endorsement, and we're going to talk about, consider what we're going to do next to keep you entertained, educated, edified, and generally in the loop. The McAllister Hood loop, you want to know what's going on. We here at Auditorium Cave Studios and the laboratories over there, we're important in the world, and you need to be, I'm sure you'll want to be keeping up to date what's going on here. Some of you follow ESA, some of you follow NASA, some of you follow military leaders and all sorts of things like that. They're very important too, but many would argue that McAllister Hood, Auditorium Cave, is more important on the world stage. So anyway, right, let's get back to it. I've only got less than 15 minutes now. So the question, how old are you? Okay, right. How do I answer this? You think, well, it's straightforward. Just tell us your date of birth and we'll work it out for ourselves. It's not quite as straightforward as that, because of course my age depends upon which form I'm filling, I suppose. Obviously there's one date, 1962, on my passport, and on the internet dating sites it's it's rather less than that. I tell them on the internet dating sites that I am just past 30. Alex Glass, she was most concerned on her Peach Perfect YouTube channel to tell her audience that she's steaming full steam ahead towards her 30th birthday, and she's greatly concerned about that. Don't know why, because she is just a marvellous woman, and I think each year she gets possibly more marvellous. Certainly doesn't affect the perfectness of her peach, and so I don't know what she's so concerned about. Likewise, there are some who'd say, well, you can't just be 58. Your wisdom, your knowledge of all things suggests you are many hundreds of years old, and my various offspring all think of me as, I don't want to use the word prehistoric because that sounds detrimental, you know, it sounds like it's a word used unfavourably, but that's not what they mean. They mean, you know, surely I can't have amassed such knowledge as I have, such skill as a sculptor in so few years, and I can understand them saying that too. So I think the answer is you just decide how old I am, and I'll just be that age for you. You know, I am just who I am. It doesn't matter really, does it? How old I actually am. Anyway, I think that's probably all we've got time for with regards to questions and answers. I'm actually quite bored with them. You find out about me just by following these YouTube videos, and you'll get to know everything you need to know without me formally answering questions. If the real questions that you've sent in actually do turn up, of course we'll go through those. You know, but in the meantime, let's move on to other things. Let's move on to what we're going to do next. Well, actually, before we do that, product endorsement. How much time have I got? You remember, don't you? Auditorium Cave, that's who's sponsoring this series. You know, the central, most important event in the Reading Fringe Festival, the Genius Dust. Now, do you remember that I was relating the occurrence of this young chap, inexperienced chap coming along saying we want a bit more, you know, we want to invest in your company, but we want more than just the Genius Dust. Goodness knows how you can ask for more, because you know what does Genius Dust give you? Longevity, exclusivity, and immunity from, most notably, COVID-19, and guaranteed. No sculptors of any worth have died from COVID-19, and that's because of the dust that comes off the sculptures that they're producing. So long as those sculptures are masterpieces, the dust that comes off covers the skin and lines the trachea and gives you immunity from the COVID-19 or coronavirus. But we've got me through all that. A gentleman wanted me to put a little extra, a little something personal, something very personal in here. And we've decided, I've spoken with the models up there, two of whom are sitting very quietly over in the corner over there. And they said, lovely idea, but consider this. People will be extracting that DNA and using it for their own wicked purposes. And I don't believe that of human nature. However, I do get, I won't say every week, but very often, youngsters turning up at my door claiming to be my offspring. Now, if we were to start putting gametes, my gametes, in mixing it in with the Genius Dust, I think that would happen rather more often, and I could end up losing more money than earning from this extra premium product. So we decided not to go with that, and this young lad will have to go and seek his fortune elsewhere. Okay, right, face masks. Don't we all hate them? I think some people love them actually, because they walk around the park and go out running with them when they're nowhere near anyone, so they just put them on anyway. Some of us hate them. I wear them because, of course, it's my civic duty. I must lead by example. If the government says, you know, in our crisis, can we all put masks on, whether we need them or not, is immaterial. I like to show, you know, I'm supporting law and order. So we have listened to the pain that some, my mother included actually, who hates face masks, and say, why should we? But they're getting into trouble with the police and all sorts, and getting, you know, apprehended by the security guards. However, with this product, I have to remove this rather fabulous little hat of mine to put on this new product. That we, you know, you think of sculpture studios as all to do with classicism, possibly antiquity, and very not electronics, things like that. But we are leading the world in electronics, and here we have a VR device that stands for virtual reality, So most of you probably wouldn't know that. Put this on, just in the supermarket. Arrive at the door, put this on, and you can walk straight into the supermarket, continue shopping. We have actually got little holes in here. Can you see that? 4 holes because it's quadraphonic, so that you can actually see into the real world from your vantage point in the virtual world, and continue with your shopping. Get things off the shelves in the supermarket and fill up your trolleys. Go to the checkout. Everything is normal, but they can't touch you for that because you're not actually there. You are in virtual reality. I mean, look at me. I'm not here anymore, am I? You can see me, but I'm not there. I'm in virtual reality. Well, I would be. Wait a minute. Let me just turn that on. Yes, there you go. Now then, I am walking through the McAllisterhood Sculpture Gallery, and there you go. There's a sculpture of a dog, life-size sculpture of a dog, possibly the best sculpture of a dog ever produced in the world by anybody. And let me see over here. Over here, 3 fabulous sculptures of my present partner, the lovely Lady Edgerton Warburton. So there's one. Look at that. So I'm not here. And likewise, so you can just walk through the supermarket doors, carry on with the shopping, tell them to fuck off if they try and apprehend you, and tell them you're not there, you're in virtual reality. Okay? Let me just turn it off. And, it's very rude of me to leave the room while I'm on thing. Okay, so it's not quite ready yet. This is the prototype, as you can see. It's still a little bit. We're trying to get it a little bit smaller, but this should be in shops or mail order in the next 2 weeks to 1 month. So bear with, people. Just cope with it, and then we'll have this available for you, and you can, as I say, you can go about your business unmolested by, you know, you can get on the train. You can just walk straight through those turnstiles, stick your ticket in the turnstile, go through, and the staff can cluck and fuss as much as they like, but you're not even there. So yeah, right. We're working on a new Not Jane's and the Perfect Peach. That's been done. We're going to develop it now, and we're going to have a Christmas show ready for you. And obviously, the Fringe Festivals countrywide will be begging to have exclusive use of the shows I'm going to put out, and we'll have to decide where that's going to be. Probably Reading, you know. I like to keep with Reading. Poor maligned Reading. I like to show that Reading has at least produced one world-class artist. And so we'll probably stay with Reading. But anyway, we're going to be bringing the battle back to the terrible trio. You know, the terrible trio I'm talking about: Damien Hirst, Tracy Emin, Anthony Gormley, and their cohorts. And we're going to be discussing them in some detail. So I'm going to bring the battle to them. You know, and we'll have fun with that, won't we? All right. In the meantime, I'm going to be following Alex Glass's Peach Perfect example a little bit more. We're going to be doing product evaluation too. I'm going to go down the mall, and I'm going to have a haul. I think they call it a haul. Bring back a haul of products, and we're going to try it on. And I'm going to, you know, flounce about with different products that are close to my heart. I mean, you've seen my wig. Look at this. And I think I should be going down, buying myself all sorts of wigs. Look at that. And trying them on. If you've got wigs at home, send them in. I'd love to try them on for you. And all right, that's it. So, yeah, what else? We've got hats, more wigs, hats, whatever. I love a hat. And also, let's turn it off. Nail varnish. You know that I like to put nail varnish on my bare feet because I'm running around barefoot all the time. Got the gold on at the moment, and there's the Imaginarium here. Love nail varnish. So all sorts of things. Suggest things I could be trying on and trying out for your, so that you can, you know, have me try it out and see how I look with them on, and then you might want to go out and buy them as well. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. I've enjoyed your company very, 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 very much, and I hope to see you. Keep an eye on what's going on YouTube. Keep an eye on facial media. Press subscribe as much time as you can, and hopefully we'll go bacterial, okay? And so that's it, okay? That's all you're going to hear from me until the next time I'm on YouTube. All right, and bye-bye now.